Where's Project V? Sorry it's been so long, everyone. I have been hard at work developing new features and systems in my game engine. But today I want to share both a short progress update, but also I want to share something that I've learned while developing Project V that I think is important to share. So in developing this engine, I've found myself falling into this cyclical periodic development cycle where I spend about 2 months taking a break, which is very important, 2 months developing the engine, implementing new features, and then another 2 months actually building test projects and examples that use this game engine. And that last part, that actually building with the engine, actually testing it, has taught me so much more than any of the other steps. So in the last video, I implemented the level of detail system. And it was implemented, I could check it off a box, I showed it in a video, which meant it was complete, is what I thought at the time. And so I implemented the system, and I moved on to the next system that I wanted to work on, which was rewriting the entire rendering engine, which was a pain, and I'll talk about that in the devlog. But I rewrote this rendering engine. I gave it all these cool and wonderful features that I thought, wow, these are really, really going to make me be able to render beautiful, large-scale, whatever images I want. And I implemented these, and I loaded up the first OBJ file, voxelized it, and I rendered it, and I was just speechless. I was so underwhelmed with what I was seeing on my computer screen. It had all the things I had worked towards. The rendering was fast, it was doing beautiful radiance cascades, global illumination, soft shadows, but I was just so underwhelmed. So I thought really hard about this. What is it missing? And I decided, it's missing detail, it's missing variance. The scene is too boring, too simple. So I looked at our engine and I redesigned the entire scene representation to have a more traditional hierarchical scene graph representation. And I implemented this system and I tested it and it worked great. I was able to represent cool scenes, sort of complicated scenes with oriented boxes. It was nice. I was very happy with it. But I loaded up a scene and I was still underwhelmed. It still felt empty. It still felt like there wasn't much in the world. So I did some thinking. And I did some looking around. And I decided I need an LOD system. I want the world to be bigger. And so I looked at the LOD system that I had implemented. And what I learned was that the system that I had implemented was not at all useful. It was completely useless in this terrain generator example. I had built a system without knowing what I needed to build the system for. So when I built the terrain generator, I had implemented it, I had used the features of the engine, and now I was looking for an LOD system. And I realized the one in our engine isn't going to work. It was built with no real use case in mind behind it. So I had to completely reprogram all of it. So I did just that, and we had this new level of detail system, and I tested it, and I was just blown away. The image was breathtaking. The size and scale of scenes that I was able to represent was just incredible. And you should be seeing some clips of those somewhere on the screen around here. So this experience has taught me that building the engine is incredibly important. The 2 months I spent building that were incredibly important. The 2 months I spent resting were incredibly important. But the 2 months that I spent actually building projects and testing the game engine were equally as important, if not more important, than building the game engine itself. Because now I know what I need to focus my resources on, what I need to spend my time and my energy on developing. That way, when I go back into developing the game engine, I can actually add the features and make the optimizations and the changes that are needed. And I think this applies for my game engine. It applies for tools, utilities, software, anything you're making for other people to use in their own projects or in their own lives. You need to approach it from their perspective first to figure out what you actually need to build and develop. I hope this video has been helpful. It certainly was nice and fun and easy to make, just sharing a story of something that I've learned. And I hope it has helped you in your own projects or whatever you're working on. I'll leave you with a couple of beautiful scenes of things that I've rendered in this new engine, and I will make a devlog soon, hopefully sometime in the next 3 to 4 months. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.